session on fractions, and welcome to our participants Jyoti and Nandita. Today we are going to revise our earlier sessions which we had done while making the fraction kit and also writing fractions in a certain way. And we will put the two together. We will put what we have made along with what we are writing. So if you recall, in the first session where we made our fractions kit, we took our 1 in different ways, our whole. Our whole was a circle, sometimes it was a square, sometimes, and it was a rod. Recall how we made these ones, these holes. We made the square by pasting colored paper on graph paper and then cutting a square which is 12 centimeters on a side. So on one side there is graph paper and the other side there is plain colored surface. So we can use the back side to measure and to do our calculations to estimate, and the front side we can use for writing. So now let me quickly go through a few problems by revision. I will give you Jyoti and Nandita both a whole square, and you have to cut half and show me in your hands 1 by 2. So they are all the same size as we can see. And now write on the front surface what you have made. Write each piece, write 1 by 2 with your markers. The next problem is to make 1 by 2 using rods. So I will give both of you a rod. Make 1 by 2. Okay, so you have made and written on your rods the pieces in numbers. Now you make this with rods. So again I will give you 2 fresh rods, and you can make now this with rods. All right, so you have made what I asked you to make. How will you check that this 1 by 3 is what you have made. How will you check it?
Take 3 such pieces and align them, and if you get one whole, then it's correct.
Okay, so Gyanjyoti, take your 3 pieces which you have made and put them together and see whether they are equal to. You can take one whole rod. Are they equal? Okay. So we saw that we can put 3 of these pieces together and they equal the whole. So each of these pieces is 1 by 3, which is what I had written here with chalk earlier. And now let us make this using this hole. Again, make this using 1 as this. So can you check to see that all your pieces are the same size? Are they all the same size? Fine. So if they are the same size, there are 3 pieces. So each piece is 1 by 3. 1 divided into 3 equal pieces. Now the next question is to make this. Using rods. Okay, so you have made 1 by 4. And here I have made some pieces. They are all the same size. And if I keep them next to each other, five of them, then I see that they are equal to my 1. So can you tell me what is this piece?
1/5.
1 by 5. Okay, now the next question is for you to think about You don't have to tell me the answer now. This is for all of you to think about. How did I make 1 by 5? You saw I was making these pieces earlier. I quickly cut 5 equal pieces. How did I make 1 by 5? That is something for you to think about. Alright, now let's continue. Make 1 by 6 using these rods. Make 1 by 6. So we have made 1 by 6. Okay, now clear your slates. And I'm giving you some rods. You can give those to Gyanjyoti. All the 3 rods. And these 3 are for you. Now, the next question is very easy. Make this number with what I have given you. Right. And now join them to each other lengthwise. That is 2. Okay? Keep that in front, what you have made. That is 2. Now make what I am all right. So what both of you have done is to make 1 by 2 of the first piece and 1 by 2 of the second piece and join them. But 2 by 2 is also to divide 2 into 2 equal pieces, and you made your 2 with 2 equal pieces. So if you divide 2 into 2 equal pieces, what you will get is one piece, right? So what we have learned now, is that 2 by 2 is equal to 1. Right? This is what we have learned. That 2 by 2 is equal to 1. But you had made 2 by 2 first in a different way. That those are those light blue pieces that you have used. So take a fresh slate, keep this slate aside, leave the slate as it is, take the slate below that. Now keep the slate as it is, then keep it on the slate. Take the slate below that, which is a fresh slate, and on that write what you made with the blue pieces. What you made with the blue pieces, write that. So let me write down now all the things that you made. You found out earlier that 2 by 2 is equal to 1. That is what we just did. And then earlier you also said that 2 by 2 is equal to 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2. So let us take a review of what we have done. This was the problem that I started with. And first, this is what Gyan Jyoti and Nandita made. They got the answer as one whole piece. And then they also got the answer as 2 pieces of half. I've written both here. This was the first, and this was a different way of doing it. So 2 by 2 is also 1 half plus 1 half. So now, since both of these are 2 by 2, I can write one more equality, which is that half plus half is equal to 1. So we see that there are different ways of working with fractions. We can make them, we can add them by joining, we can write them, and all these different ways are used to work with fractions. Now let us go to the next problem, which is you had made 2. Now I want you to make 3 using these rods which we had made earlier. So keep one slate which is clear, or you can take your green board in your hand. Now the problem is to make this number, which I am going to write, which I told you earlier. Make the number okay, so you have made this number. Now make this number. Make this fraction. In whatever way you want. In whatever way you want. Okay. Now I am going to make this fraction in my way. We started out with this, which I have made here, and I have to make two equal pieces of this. So I do that like this. I divide it in this way. I give one piece to each, and then I also the third piece I divide into two and divide that, give one piece to each. So now this is what I got, and you also have made it while I was doing it. So now let me ask you to take your slate and write what is this piece, what is this which I have made. Show it to the camera. Okay. So Gyanjyoti has written 1 plus half and Nandita has written 1.5. Both are correct. But you had also made earlier, so 3 by 2 is here is made with two pieces, one a piece of 1 and the other is a piece of half. You also made it in a different way. So what you made in a different way, write that on the other side of the slate. Show that to the camera. Good. Now, Gyanjyoti, you have written 1/2 plus 1/2 plus 1/2 is equal to 3 by 2. Remember from the previous session, we called 1/2 plus 1 plus 1/2 plus 1/2 as the, what name did we give for that? What form?
Full form.
The full form or the long form. And 3 by 2 is
Short form.
the short form. So you can write a fraction in the long form or in the short form. This is also a revision of what we had done earlier. Let us do 1 or 2 problems more just to revise that. So now what you have to do is I'm going to give you the short form and you have to write the long form. Please keep your slates clean. I'm going to write the short form and you have to write the long form. So write on your slate the long form of 2 by 4. Good. And now one more problem. Here are your slates, one more problem. Write the long form of 3 by 6. Good. So now, what you have written here, keep those pieces on your green board. And you've taken three pieces and put them together, join them together. Now, is there a single piece in the pieces that you made which is equal to these three pieces joined together?
Yes.
What is that single piece?
1/2.
1/2. So can you write the equality on your slate? Good. Now, the next problem is to keep this on the green board. And is there a single piece which is equal to in length? What is that piece, that single piece?
1/3.
1/3. Right? So can you write the equality now on your slate? So this is what we have written. 2/6 is equal to 1/3. We did this by making the pieces, joining them, and finding the pieces, single pieces which are equal to the joined pieces. So what we are now doing is adding fractions. We've started adding fractions. Thank you.